And Wired magazine says the evidence tying North Korea to the Sony cyber breach is flimsy. We told you earlier the U.S. is close to publicly blaming Pyongyang. Wired says the attack looks more like the work of hacker activists. So could North Korea really pull off something like this when it can barely keep the lights on? This satellite image shows darkness across the country. A former American hacker who once attacked Sony is skeptical. Elaine Quijano sat down with a one-time member of the group Anonymous. Elaine, good morning.
Good morning. Working under the code name Sabu, Hector Monsegur was responsible for some of the most notorious hacks ever committed. As he told Charlie earlier this month, Monsegur began cooperating with the FBI after getting caught. He now works as a security researcher. As someone who was connected to that world of hacking, what is your theory on how this took place?
For something like this to happen, it had to happen over a long period of time. You cannot just exfiltrate 1 terabyte or 100 terabytes of data in a matter of weeks. It's not possible. It would have taken months, maybe even years, to exfiltrate something like 100 terabytes of data without anyone noticing.
Administration officials believe North Korea was behind the hack.
Could it have been North Korea, you think?
It could be. In my personal opinion, it's not. I mean, look at the bandwidth going into North Korea. I mean, the pipelines, the pipes going in, handling data. They only have like one major ISP across the entire nation. That kind of information flowing at one time would have shut down North Korean internet completely.
So you're saying, bottom line, they don't have the infrastructure to pull
They don't
something.
have the infrastructure. They don't have the technical capabilities. They do have state-sponsored hackers, very similar to China, very similar to Russia, and very similar to our good old USA.
What about China?
It's possible. I mean, it's possible. It might be North Korean inside of China.
Some of the investigators say that the malware, some of it was written in Korean. What does that tell you?
Well, it doesn't tell me much. You know, I've seen Russian hackers pretending to be Indian. I've seen Ukrainian hackers pretending to be Peruvian. I mean, there's hackers that pretend that they're little girls. They do this for misinformation, disinformation, covering their tracks. Do you really think that a bunch of nerds from North Korea are going to fly to New York and start blowing up movie theaters? No, it's not realistic. It's not about the interview. It's about money. It's a professional job.
Monsegur thinks it's also possible this was an inside job, that an employee or consultant downloaded all the information from Sony's servers and then sold it to someone else. Gail?
Elaine, thank you. That investigation continues for sure.